I'm Dr. Jill Johnson. I've spent my entire career in education. I started in the classroom, then trained teachers, and most recently served as a high school administrator. Now I help highlight the stories, struggles, and successes in educating the next generation of content creators. Welcome to CGTV.
I'm going to take a quick 10 minutes of your time, and then I'll let you get on with, I know lunch is soon, and I know you're probably all anxious to eat, as am I. So my name is JC Pfeiffer. I am currently serving as Miss Omaha with the Miss America organization, and through this title, I will be competing for Miss Nebraska this June, where I'll have the opportunity to earn scholarships, serve many communities through advocacy, and speak out about my social impact initiative, where I can use my platform to speak out about causes that I'm passionate about. And today, I'm here to speak to you about mental health. My social impact initiative is called The Invisible Disability. It's okay not to be okay. And mental illness may be invisible to the naked eye, but at times it is debilitating and extremely isolating, and it can be hard to accept that you're struggling. I'm waiting for the slideshow to get up here real quick, and thank you. And if we go to slide number 2, I want you to go ahead and take a look at this iceberg, right? Did you know that you can only see 10% of an iceberg? The remaining 90, you think of how big they are, the remaining 90% is actually underneath the surface. And I equate that iceberg to people's lives. You never truly know what's going on beyond the surface. I don't have a clicker up here. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, next slide. I want you to take a look at these photos. I'm gonna need some of y'all to share, so get ready. I want you to look at these pictures, these posts, right? You notice the Instagram grid, the Facebook posts, and I want you to tell me what you think this person is feeling. Yes, I know it's me, but I want you to tell me what you think this person is feeling in these photos, how they feel about their life, what's going on. Whenever you're ready. Yeah? Yeah? Great, all good, nothing's wrong. Accomplished, yep. Fulfilled, that's a good one. Proud, yeah, great. You're right. I would also assume from looking at these photos that this person is very fortunate. As I say in my caption, to say I'm blessed is an understatement. And I was blessed. I was blessed with many abilities, many talents. But what these pictures don't show you, that these were some of the worst years of my life where I was at my lowest. What these posts don't show you is that I couldn't even get out of bed day to day because I was so overwhelmed at what the day would bring. My room was an absolute mess because I called it success, just making it back to my dorm room at the end of the day. I was surviving off a chicken breast and an apple a day because I was so worried, so consumed about everything that was going on in my life. And I was so worried and nervous at track meets, something that I've been doing for 6, almost 8 years at this point, that I would physically make myself sick before races because I didn't think I had it in me to do it again. I felt defeated, unworthy, like I wasn't good enough, I didn't run fast enough, and there was always something I could have done better. But I didn't want anyone to know, and nobody did know. I created this narrative that I wanted people to see and let them think that everything was going right. I was fulfilled, I was lucky, I was happy, I was fortunate, because I didn't think anyone would believe me. Because based off this, why would I have anything to worry about? Why would I struggle with depression and anxiety? But I'm here to talk to you a couple more things. So successful, running, but truly the hardest time in my life. And it's really hard to talk about mental health. It's hard to be vulnerable in these moments, but it's a topic that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. Actually, 1 in 5 people struggle with mental illness, but 5 in 5 people have mental health. And today I want to focus on a challenge that every generation is now facing, and that's how social media can shape the way we see ourselves, others, and our mental well-being, and how these curated lives on social media can be deceiving. Right? You look at these photos, you look at people that you know in your own life, and you think you know what's going on just by looking at them. You see the star athlete, the A student, the class comedian, the person that always has a smile on their face, and we make assumptions and we assume everything's going great. But just like that iceberg, you never really know what's going on behind the scenes. And social media makes it even harder. Right? We scroll through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we see the highlight reels, the celebration, the fun times, but how often do people talk about the things that they're struggling with or that they're overwhelmed? And while it can be a great way to stay in touch and share the exciting moments of our lives, it comes with some downsides, and it makes it really hard to tell what's real and what's not. It's easy to forget that behind these photos, someone might be struggling with anxiety. Someone might be struggling with depression, stress, and it makes it easy for us to compare ourselves, but it's not a fair comparison. While we're comparing our real lives, our day-to-day, everything that we go through, ups and downs, we see the curated version and what people want us to see. I've learned that people often hide their struggles through a smile or a joke because I've been there by myself. And just like the posts, right, I created the narrative that I wanted people to see because it's scary to admit when you're not okay. It's even scarier to think that you're going through it alone. And we feel like we can't admit when we're struggling because everyone else seems to be doing just fine because no one's talking about it, really. But the truth is, everyone is dealing with something. And that's why I created this initiative, The Invisible Disability. It's okay not to be okay. Now, I want you to leave here, if anything, these few things. 1, have empathy. So that means just trying to understand what someone might be going through. And check on your friends and see how they're doing. And I mean really doing, right? We always ask the question, oh, how are you? Oh, good, good, good. No, really sit down and listen. And second, create a safe space and let your friends know that you're there for them. Let them know that it's a safe space for them to speak about anything. And lastly, be kind, because you never know what someone is going through. But also, be kind to ourselves, right? We always look in the mirror and it's hard to accept the things that we tell other people. But there's too much pressure to be perfect. Nobody's on point 100% of the time. And if you're struggling, it doesn't make you weak. It just makes you human. So reaching out for support is a sign of strength and not weakness. As author and researcher Brené Brown said, vulnerability is not weakness, but it is our greatest measure of courage. And being vulnerable, like I said, can be extremely scary. I'm nervous up here. I've never met any of you before, but I know that you're going to take this story with compassion and with care and hopefully reflect maybe on your own life or someone has shared with you something that they're going through. But I challenge you to leave here to be vulnerable and be courageous and help create an environment where we can start talking about mental health and remind everyone that it's okay not to be okay. Thank you.